Pad sanitary. Did you know what the term sanitary pad means? Without a question, sanitary pads are one of the most utilized type of menstruation management in the world today. It is very easy to use, easy to access, and very straightforward. But before we go deep into this topic, did you know what menstruation actually means? For your information, menstruation is a normal psychological phenomenon that women and adolescent girls experience every month. And there is nothing to be ashamed about as menstrual can be a taboo topic in some countries. However, with all this sanitary pad benefit, have you ever thought where all this used sanitary pad will end up? What the disadvantage of using sanitary pad? And what can we do to address this mess? In this discussion, I'll explain about 5 environmentally friendly alternatives to sanitary pad. This solution will aid in lowering and resolving sanitary pad related concerns. After learning that sanitary pad problem has become a big problem for the environment and health, I become interested in learning and discussing this matter. So, I did more research for my speech to encourage all of you to quit using sanitary pad, and it's vital for all of us to begin to switching and using other environmentally friendly alternatives to sanitary pad in order to save our world and our health. As we all know, sanitary pads are both inconvenient and inexpensive. Despite all the benefit of sanitary pads, it is obvious that they are a large contributor to solid waste in the environment. This widespread usage of menstruation sanitary pad has contributed to plastic problem. Since most sanitary pads on the market are non-compostable, synthetic material containing up to 19% plastic and other petrochemical byproducts that remain unaltered on the landfill for 600 to 800 years after disposal. A woman used menstruate about 40 years, bleeding about 5 days every month, or approximately 2,400 days in her lifetime. And this was merely an estimated for one woman. So imagine how many sanitary pads were produced over the course of several years, given that there are estimated about 3 billion women in this world. Furthermore, used sanitary pads are hazardous to both people and the environment since they contain blood and other body fluid. Sanitary pads deposited in the acre of landfill are picked up by birds and animals, causing contamination of lands and water. Plastic particles that enter the water are transmitted through the numerous layers of food chain and with the end causes potentially end up on your plate. Aside from that, these sanitary pads containing pesticides and other harmful chemicals that might cause cancer. We all heard that sanitary pads are comprised of cotton. Cotton crops, just like other commodities on the earth, are those with herbicide and pesticide that may clearly cause harm to humans when they enter the bloodstream. Consider having a chemical contamination such as furan inside your body. Furan has been related to cancer in laboratory animals. Pesticide and herbicide has been linked to infertility, thyroid dysfunction, and variety of other health problems. Finally, sanitary pad has been linked to infertility and congenital impairment. Not every woman can tolerate the odor of menstrual blood. As a result, your sanitary pad include odor neutralization or deodorant. It is understandable. However, most sanitary pad manufacturers utilize chemicals in the production of scented pads, which might interfere with your child's embryonic growth and development. We also do not advocate using scented feminine hygiene products since they might cause skin and interior discomfort. To address the sanitary pad issue, I will explain the 5 environmentally friendly alternatives to replacing the sanitary pad. So the first alternative is menstrual cup. The compact, flexible, funnel-shaped cup is constructed of aluminum and silicone. To capture your flow, you insert in your vagina and it is reusable and provide leak-free protection up to 12 hours. One cup is estimated to last roughly about 10 years, making them both affordable and environmentally friendly beneficial. Menstrual cup may appear messy and difficult to enter at first, but once you get the hang of them, they are not only pleasant but also kind on the body. Other than that, cloth pad. Cloth pad works in the same way as disposal pad, except the former are constructed of cotton layers wrapped in a waterproof fabric that can be cleaned and reused. They are more comfortable, better for the environment, and easier to transport. It is also one of the healthier options since it reduces the possibility of toxic shock syndrome, which is TSS. Next, the third alternative to sanitary pad is period panties. Can it get much more better than panties with built-in period protection that can also be worn as regular kinkers? This alternative is incredibly comfortable, user and environmentally friendly, and the construction is many layers to avoid leaks. As a result, it is the greater alternative for ladies with heavy flow. They are reusable, washable, and long-lasting, and available in variety of design, size, materials, and holding capacity. Next, the menstrual sponges. These natural renewable materials, also known as sea sponges tampon or period sponges, can be used as an alternative to tampons. They are ocean-sourced natural sea sponges that may be reused up to 6 months. They do not include any chemicals, colors, chlorine, fragrance, bleach, or synthetic ingredients. Next, the last alternative to solve the issue related to sanitary pad is menstrual disc. The disc, like the menstrual cup, is put in the vagina to collect the period blood, but it's different in form and location. The menstrual disc is located at the vaginal fornix, which is further into the vaginal canal than cup and tampon. It provides up to 12 hours of protection and carry the equivalent of 5 tampons. Inserting the disc may appear tough at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's much more safer and more dependable. As you can see, there are several alternatives to sanitary pad, and the options are diverse and simple to choose. Now, consider what could happen if we choose to quit using sanitary pad and what might happen if we do not choose to quit using sanitary pad. By choose to quit, we can minimize the quantity of used sanitary pad that wind up in the landfill, which is terrible for the environment and health. Aside from that, we may limit the quantity of resource used to manufacture new sanitary pad, which consume a lot of natural resources such as cotton and other petroleum resources. However, the issue might arise when you consider to discontinuing the usage of sanitary pad, but do nothing about it. And nothing will change if you do nothing until you make a move. Our earth will be polluted and contaminated by massive amount of rubbish that we have generated over the years. By now, you should already know why you should consider stop using sanitary pad and start using other environmentally friendly alternatives. As you can see, switching and changing to other environmentally friendly alternatives to sanitary pad may be one of the greatest decisions you ever make, and I'm confident that you will not go back using sanitary pad when you realize that the benefit outweigh the drawbacks. There are several options available for you. There are numerous sizes and shapes available based on your needs and requirements. Can you imagine how much sanitary pad waste might be avoided by switching to different type of menstrual care? The amount will be enormous, and you'll be happy to be part of this game-changing choice. Not only that, by stop using sanitary pad, you are exposed to less chemical, which is beneficial for your health. So, what are you waiting for? Find a sanitary pad replacement that's work for you and be the change we need to save our planet, our environment, and our health. That's all from me. Thank you.